at this. It is
Oh!
Tuesday. My friends are with me. It is after the holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Mike, Lisa, Lady D, as everybody calls you. But we're listening to at Amore, 8 p.m., streaming live every Tuesday night. Myself, hosting Big Daddy T with the stars of the show, Lisa DIAZ, Lady D, the great Mike GALLO, XMLB, tries to be a boxer now. Mike, Green Bay Packers, man. And by the way, guys, I got two hats
I
on tonight.
know.
So here's my Italian hat for all the people out there for my Italian love. Here's my Mafia hat because I got to take care of some business later on tonight. Uh, you know how it is, Mike, when people owe you money, right? You got to go and take care of business. You look good, look like you're walking around saying hello to people. I got my notorious glasses on. I'm not going to wear too many of those. With
Look,
that being said, man, I missed you, Mike. We missed you last week
I
again,
know.
brother.
I'll
I
be honest.
know.
I'll be honest with you guys. My job is kicking my butt right now. Like I said, I work for Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits. I'm working a little bit later than usual, and then I got to spend time with the kids. It's getting a lot on my plate right now. But you know what? It's gonna calm down. I hope. But then again, the booze sales are going through the roof right now. The off sale department of our company is keeping the lights on. So but hey, I've just been hanging loose. I'll be honest with you. I'll be seriously with you guys. This virus and the lockdowns, and every time I hear Gavin Newsom's voice, it makes me want to throw up inside. And I want to start talking about the recoveries. I don't want to talk about record numbers of people in the hospital, which I know there is, but I'm tired of it. So I'm leaning on sports. I'm leaning on you guys. Let me just tell you something. This virus is going to go away once everybody gets that vaccine, and it's rolling out kind of slow, and it's kind of getting frustrating. But we know that was going to happen. But I'm just happy to be with you guys tonight. Get ready to kick in 2021, baby.
We got 2021 coming around the corner. We got some big news
Yes.
coming out tonight. Lisa, Lady D, how was your holidays? Everybody okay? Family doing good?
It was great and low key. So, our family didn't come down here because they're all stuck in New York. And it's been quiet for
Hey,
me.
hey, I will tell you this though. I got relatives back east, and they're expecting a huge storm coming here in the next couple days.
Yeah.
Power outage, cold. So us out here, Mike, we had a little rain up in Southern California. I think you did too. Maybe it got cold last night, but we're looking at what, maybe low mid 30s. But high today was about 65, 64. It's gonna be like that the rest of the week.
Yeah. But hey, the cool thing is, right here in Southern California where I'm at, obviously you're down in San Diego, but Long Beach, I can see Mount Baldy, and mountains below Mount Baldy even have snow on it. And I haven't seen that in years. So Big Bear, which is only about an hour and a half drive from where I'm at, without traffic, they got pummeled. And I got buddies that got cabins. They're sending me pictures. I'm like, you assholes, I got to work.
Hey,
I
speaking
want
of
to go
work,
to ice cream.
Stephanie Harris, she's been kind enough to take your place
Hi,
for the last couple of
Stephanie.
weeks, Mike, when you've been out laying some pipe. And by the way, putting snow. We're going to talk about the snow in the front yard here in a second. But we want to give a shout out to Miss Stephanie.
Yes.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for helping me out. I know I was no shows, and it's been a rough month. But hey, thank you so much.
Stephanie, by the way, guys, for everybody that's
She's
listening
been
to the
holding
network,
down your fort.
for everyone that is listening, and letting Stephanie know, we talked today. She will be coming on live at the beginning of the year, pondering mics. And that's with two microphones on air with Ms. MIZ Stephanie. So we are truly blessed to have her come along for the ride with the Stables Media. We are on YouTube right now, Mikey, live. It is going streaming live to YouTube, streaming live to our Facebook page and also our Stables Media page.
We need
Hopefully,
to sponsor us.
hopefully, if they can sponsor us, buddy, we'll be in good seats. We've got sponsors looking at us right now, Mikey. We've got a few that's in the works that we're talking to. So a lot of big things coming up for the beginning of the year. Um, let's talk a little bit about football.
Football!
D, go
Well,
first.
guess what? I won the Pick'em Challenge.
Well,
went
you
13
want
and
to you want to
3.
take you want to take the we'll take some comments first here. Says thanks, David. It's coming. David Andrews, one of our best followers and true friend to the Tables Network. We got the great Joe Madden saying hello to everybody. Stephanie
Joe,
also saying hello
Hi,
again.
Joe, thank you for the Buffalo first half last night. That was beautiful.
Joe gave me that one too.
D, were you on that?
Um,
I was on
hey,
Buffalo.
hey, I'm on a lot of different. We're gonna go. That's another subject we'll ladies on. But later on we will touch that subject too. And YouTube rocks, by the way. You're absolutely right, Rob. Thank you, Rob's talking all the way from Missouri. Hope all is doing well, staying safe. Cold out there in Missouri. Possible snow tomorrow. We got the weatherman coming in.
Man,
Look at this. Look at this. We got a lot of guys all over. Showtime. You got it, Brian.
Oh, Brian
Hello,
Seaver.
Brian.
Hey, you know what? If Seaver wants to join this show, he's a Miami Hurricane, and I pitched against him in the College World Series,
Oh,
and that was back
Anytime.
in 1998. And he got some pro ball. He's a good guy.
Hey, anytime is always welcome. And Mikey, all you got to do is tell us. I'll send an invite, dude. We can bring him on if he wants to come on anytime. We've got some big news coming on in towards the last part of the show here. But let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little about sports first. Green Bay, unbelievable.
You know, I'll tell you right now. And I see something. What do you got? What are you showing there, D?
I can't see it because she's got the dark mode on. She's showing the lines. I think she won her. Bigot picks.
Oh, you want it?
You see my name? You see my name? I was 13 and 3.
That a baby. D, I got to hit you up and see what you. Yeah, because I've been slow on my roll. But the bottom line is, as a Packer fan, the Carolina game. What is typical? Yeah, what's typical in Packer games, and I know Showtime. Seaver's a Chiefs fan. He's going to keep talking trash about the Chiefs, but they shut it down in the second half. I don't know if it's LaFleur that says, "Hey, we had a good first half. Let's just play some defense, and we don't have to take any chances in the second half." Whoa! I think that Carolina game was a wake-up call for the Green Bay Packers because when they played Tennessee, it was showtime. They had to play Derrick Henry, the league's best running back in the league. And what the Packers do on primetime TV, shut them down. And one thing I saw from the Packers, which I haven't seen in a couple weeks against these inferior teams, is us getting to the quarterback and sacking. And I'll tell you right now, they got after Tannehill, which to me is not a Super Bowl quarterback, but whatever.
I can't wait to kick your asses.
Yeah.
The Bears, baby.
Hold up. But
let me ask you this, Mike. We'll go to the Bears in a second here, lady. Let me ask you this, Mike. We're talking about Green Bay Packers. Rumor is now that obviously the quarterback Rodgers is past KC and for the MVP for the league. What's your take on that? And we'll go to Lisa. We'll talk about that, and we'll bring your Bears in.
Yeah, I think it's a two-horse race for the MVP. Obviously, Derrick Henry's having a great year. I can't remember the last time a running back did win the MVP. Maybe you guys know that. I don't. But I think it's coming down to I think Rodgers is a comeback. He could, to me, in my opinion, can be the comeback player of the year just after what happened last year. And his numbers weren't that good. But everybody said he didn't have a wide receiver this year. We didn't draft a wide receiver. And look what he's done to this team. And you know what? This Packers team is balanced. And without Rodgers, they're not 12-3 right now, looking at a number one seed. So I think he's ahead, but I think you can't discount Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes looks money too.
Well, hey, I was going to take a guess at this because I've known the guy for quite a while, but I didn't want to make myself look like an idiot saying it. So it was the Damian Tomlinson last time that he actually is a good friend of the network. Damian and I go way back. He's actually with the Chargers organization now up in Los Angeles. He's head of the PR side.
I would love to meet that guy.
He is one of the. Not only have I had the opportunity of playing golf and knowing him and Junior Sale and all these guys from the Chargers.
My husband's favorite player.
But he is very, very humble. Very humble. When I had the restaurant down here, Mikey, he used to come in all the time, him and his wife, before they had kids. And one of the things that I always said that Tony Gwynn had, his wife had a kind of like a mathematic. It was called the Tony Gwynn and Alicia Gwynn Foundation for Kids. So a lot of sports guys used to come in, but when LT used to come in, one of the things I always said is like, hey, don't bother the guy. All he ever wanted. I mean, he was young. He still remember he just coming into the Chargers. Rookie played. Everybody wanted his autograph. Mm-hmm. Everybody wanted to get on top of LT lit. I made sure everybody stayed clear. And that's how we became really good friends, is that he said, you treated me like a normal person. And that's true, man. That's all he wants to be treated, like a normal person. Man of God, great person, great personality, wouldn't mind signing an autograph for kids, not much for adults, because he figured, hey, you know what? Kids are not a problem. And then when it came down to dinner, just let him be, and then he'll sign all the autographs afterwards. So needless to say, I will bring out my autograph collection in probably next week or two, and I do have a whole bunch of his footballs, little balls, and I've got 2 of his LT jerseys that he signed personally for me. So
I would like an autograph football personalized to me, not to sell it. I would just like to have it. I mean,
all autographs that I get, I never have it personally sent to, because obviously when you have it like that, for monetary wise, it's. But the jersey, he did one powder blue and one in the dark, the navy blue uniform that they had back then. So yeah, so I have those. That's kind of my little treasure. And then I have boxing gloves from Evander Holyfield. We did a tournament. He's a great guy.
He's missing an ear, isn't he?
Yeah. We talk about that, and we will talk about this later in the show. We'll a couple secrets that we're letting out. But let's go to Lisa. Let's go to Lisa now and talk about the Bears. The Bears really surprised me yesterday with an ass whooping. I don't think they're that great.
Me too.
I think they're going to get that far, and I may be wrong.
My Bears alone.
All right, tell me about the Bears. Let me hear about this. We got a little game going Sunday.
Yes, we do. Well, probably making it to the playoffs. Are we in the playoffs? Because I know we were fighting to go into the playoffs.
You got to beat the Packers to get in.
I know, but that's 5.5, and we're in shoulder field. So I think we have a chance to beat y'all at home.
I mean, hey, it's a rivalry, and I understand that. I'm excited for the game. You guys are all invited over. I'm gonna have another Packer party in my backyard. It's gonna happen. But hey, what about Buffalo, guys?
Okay, that's my aim. I'm gonna say this really, really, really quick.
The Buffalo coming back.
Obviously, you guys know that I do the SoCal SmackDown with Joe Madden and Dante Powell on Thursdays. We've been on hiatus for the holidays, but we'll be back next the 7th of January. But one of the teams that I had picked and we talked about was Buffalo. They kind of went on their thing and they went downhill a little bit, and then all of a sudden they just been on fire, man. I'm telling you, that quarterback, was it Josh Allen? I don't know how he can't be, in the mix for the MVP.
I know. You know what? And that could be the possible case, too.
Oh, my God. I love Josh Allen.
Hey, Mahomes' his last couple games, I think he's thrown 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Josh Allen hasn't thrown a pick like Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers, I think, threw 1. But overall, Josh Allen could get the MVP, too. But one thing is standing out that's crazy about Buffalo is –
don't talk about my Bears.
I know, but
just because, so for everybody out there in the Steelers Media Network here, Lady D gave the #1 signal to our favorite players out there that says, "Don't worry about the Bears; they will miss a field goal." Rob, you're probably 100% right, dude. Because let me tell you something. I don't think they're going to go very far, but again, you know what?
No, they're not.
Coming to the playoffs.
I still can believe on the
I know,
Bears,
but hey,
right?
I got to tell you guys a heartbreaking story. Hold the line. Heartbreaking. I'm a big fantasy football guy, right? I'm in the championship for a big league. First place is $900. Second place is $500. To me, it's $175 to get in, whatever. So here's what's going on here. I'm trailing 3 points going into last night's game. I have Josh Allen, who only gets 4 points for passing touchdowns. Guess who I was going up against?
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs. And guess what Josh Allen did? He threw 3 touchdown passes all to Diggs, and I lose the fantasy championship because of that shit. I couldn't believe it. I kicked the dog, backed my kids around. The wife, she ran away from me because I was fuming. But as you can see, my veins on my hairs, I don't know. But bottom line is, I got killed because passing touchdowns in this fantasy league was only 4 points. I lose the game by 4 points. And that's what killed me in my fantasy game. Diggs and him.
Man.
But Buffalo can't. I mean, they can run the ball a little bit, but their aerial assault. You know what they remind me of, you guys? When the Packers didn't have much of a running game, and Aaron Rodgers had to throw the ball 50 times for them to win. But Buffalo's got a defense, just like the Bears have a little bit of defense.
Dude, do you think that the Bills can go? Do you think the Bears can compete with Mahomes? And
I think the Bills can beat them in a playoff game right now, Kansas City. I
think. Let me tell you something. The way KC's played in the last couple of games hasn't really shown me that they're truly domineering like they once were. I think people have kind of figured them out. People haven't figured out Buffalo, and Buffalo's got an air attack, a running attack, and they got the dogs. Hey, no, they got the dogs. They got the guys that will come after you, man, in defense. So that's huge. That makes a big difference. They're solid all the way around. Yeah. But I'll tell you this. Last night, one of the guys made a comment on the show, on the Monday Night Football game. And he said, you know what? They look like they're playing outside, just having a good old time playing high school backyard football. And that's the big difference. They're laughing, having fun, hugging, high-fiving, doing – that makes a big difference when you're going into the playoffs. You're loose. You're and again, guys, they haven't been in there over a century.
I like their coach. I like their coach too. I forgot his name, but I like their coach.
What happened? What happened to Indianapolis?
Ooh, D, take that away. You go ahead and talk about Indy. I'll give you my thoughts on Indy, but go ahead, D. What about the Colts? Is she frozen? D, are you there?
No, I think she's trying to get the line on it. Figure out who's what.
Well, I'll tell you.
I don't know. I don't believe in the Colts. I think they're going to go out early too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Colts got a good defense too. But let me ask you guys this, both you guys, Big Daddy, Lady D, check this out. Give me your two as of right now, your NFC champion and your AFC champion. You guys, I want to hear your thoughts on your two teams. Ready? Whoever wants to go first, I want to hear it. And I'll give you mine.
I'm gonna stick with the Bills, dude. I think the Bills. Honestly, I think the Bills are gonna sit there.
I'm gonna stick with the Bills too.
With the AFC, the NFC, man. You know what?
It's a coin flip.
The Packers are there. I also the Saints are probably, if I had to be between the two of them. See, the thing is though, whoever comes out hotter the last two games going into they're gonna have a bye, obviously, but the biggest dilemma is, are they gonna play outside? Are they gonna play indoors? If the Saints are playing indoors, they're 10 times more solid than me. If they're playing in Bills when it's 10 below zero, in Buffalo, 10 below zero, who's got the advantage? Buffalo does. They know what it's like in cold weather.
Right.
But we got some comments out here. We got Brian C. Brian sits there and says that Chiefs and Bucks. Wow.
Brady's not getting back to the Super Bowl.
Hey, all right. Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Mike and Lady D. KC. Everybody's talking about KC's got to. I don't think the Seahawks have much. I watched them play. They should be dominating teams when they don't. The teams that they suck, they have games that are close. Arizona, same thing. Arizona's got a problem now. Their quarterback is injured. But the big thing was, and the guy that used to be part of our network is no longer part of it, Mancini. But his thing was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Big Ben's not playing next week. They're sending a whole bunch of people out because they know they want. I read on the thing. They're sending a whole bunch of people out. So Cleveland have to pretty much win to sit there and guarantee themselves a playoff spot. So you think that's right? Them sitting everybody out and let them have the an easy ride, or do you think that second string will come back and really do real good for Pittsburgh?
I mean, if Pittsburgh wins or loses, does it affect their playoff position at all?
I don't believe so. I think after winning last week, either way they're in. They're not going to get a first round bye, and I could be wrong in that.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, D, I don't know if you watch this game, lady. Check it out. I watched that Pittsburgh Colts game. I mean, yeah, the Pittsburgh went down, but they just looked handicapped. But they did made the comeback. But Big Ben, and it's so perfect. I heard it on the radio. I think
they
it was
look tired.
The Herd. Colin Cowherd said, Big Ben is that backyard quarterback that doesn't take care of his body, but can still play some backyard football. But you know what? As soon as that offensive line breaks down, and I think the Steelers, from what I heard, they got some offensive line dudes that are out. And to me, I think Pittsburgh will be one and done, in my opinion, in the first round. But I don't know who they match up against. But Pittsburgh, I don't see going very deep in there because they lost some guys, and I don't know. I mean, they got weapons, but I think Big Ben.
And they haven't been playing very well either.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the line. This is how big of a difference comes in.
Super Bowl I.
You got the Steelers playing the Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland's favorite right now, opening line was at 10. It moved to 11. That's huge.
That's too many points.
Holy shit!
Are those guys
I don't.
Remember,
that is too much points. And I don't believe in the Browns.
Yeah. The Browns were missing a bunch of dudes though last week. Weren't they missing a bunch of guys due to COVID? I think they were. And you know,
because they let Jets win.
I know, but check. Hey, the Jets don't care. They're on fire right now. Along with who else is on fire? The Cincinnati Bengals are on fire.
Yeah, they are too. I think I'll have them for next week for the pick. I'm taking the Bengals.
I'll be honest with you. Everybody, the Chiefs are still. The Super Bowl has to go through Kansas City. The Chiefs are allowing fans in their stadium. That is home field advantage with a capital H. As for the NFC side, if the Packers get it, they're not letting any fans in the game. The best thing going for the Packers is a snowy ass game. You know, I mean, we don't have the fans. They can't do the Lambeau Leap. But, you know, trust me, I got buddies already hit me up going, the Saints are going to sneak in there and get the number 1 seed because the Bears are going to win and Seattle's going to lose. I'm like, what? And Seattle's playing Arizona, right?
Oh, yeah. No. Seattle.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see who they're playing.
San Francisco now.
Seattle plays 49ers.
Yep, they're playing the 49ers.
What's the spread on that?
Plus 5.5.
The Niners are getting 5.5
right now.
4.5 to 5.5, depending which line you're looking at.
Yep.
The Niners. So give me the Niners all day. That defensive coordinator, he's playing for a head coaching job, and he's got the way that defense looked against Arizona last week. Ooh, San Francisco is playing good football right now. And Kittle's back.
I'll tell you this: Arizona didn't play like they should have played, and not because against them or for them. I just think they look real bad. Pittsburgh, yeah, they came back. I think it was more of a choke.
They look handicapped.
But I think it was more of a choke from Indianapolis side of it. Indy needs to win. There's a lot of teams now that need to win this week to get in. And then here's the funny thing, dude. You've got Dallas. You got Washington. You got the Eagles are out. The Eagles can't make it. But you got Dallas. All these guys.
That NFC East is a joke.
Would that be something? Let's just say this here at the end of the year. We're 2020. This whole year has been effed up as it is, right? Would that be something if
I agree.
One of those teams makes it as you know, obviously won their division, and they go all the way?
You know what? It could happen. D, what do you think? I think who in that NFC East has the talent to go that far? It ain't Washington and New York. I don't think New York's got it.
No.
Dallas could.
I think Dallas. I think out of all of them,
Dallas is a possibility.
I think Dallas has.
Dalton's going to
Dallas is a possibility.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Mikey. Dalton, you're right. he throws picks and all that. But in big games, he can sit there and he's a quarterback. He's been around. He's been in playoff games. He's been there. Some of these other guys, I don't know. The Eagles are done. I would have said the Eagles would probably have the best bet, but they choked on themselves. And then Washington, Alex Smith. I love the comeback story. I don't know. They probably have the higher probability of winning it than the Dallas, but you know what? It's going to be a toss-up. I just want to sit there and say this: whoever wins that division, if they go and it goes all the way, I would not be surprised if this year, 2020, with COVID and everything happening, something like that happened.
Yeah, and we have to look at it like this. Yep. We need to look at this. So, God forbid we're in this postseason, and then all of a sudden, because didn't Cooper Kupp just get thrown in protocol for COVID? I read that today. Cooper Kupp. All of a sudden, what Aaron Rodgers test positive for COVID, can't play. They're not going to postpone the playoff game, are they? Unless a number of players. So to me, anything can happen in this postseason. Anything. Mahomes could be in a strip club and he gets COVID. You never know.
I don't think his wife will like that.
Yeah, you're right. Well, hey, what was that? The quarterback for Washington, the Ohio State.
Here's the thing. I'm just giving you a rundown on this. So, Eagles are completely eliminated. Dallas plays the Giants this weekend. If Dallas wins,
that's gonna be easy.
They're automatically in. Washington, I don't know who they're playing. I got to sit there and see on the schedule. I believe Washington may be playing Detroit, but I may be wrong on this.
Hold on, let me tell you.
Wait, so if the Giants win, if the Giants do beat Dallas,
Washington plays.
Washington plays.
Playing the Eagles.
No, the Cowboys. The Cowboys played the Giants. Washington plays the Eagles. You're absolutely right. Yeah, so the Eagles, they're out of it. Will they be a spoiler for Washington?
Well, I think Washington's going to be bad. Who's their quarterback?
Well, they had Alex Smith. They had Alex Smith, the one that came back.
I like Philadelphia.
Wait. Let me get this straight. If the Giants do beat Dallas, though, the Giants are the playoff team, right?
No, I think it's the other way around. I think Dallas beats the Giants. I think that one of the two, and I was reading it, and obviously I didn't know we were going to talk about this tonight, but I would have said there in more detail. One of the two has a tiebreaker, no matter what. Dallas has a better record than the Giants. So I think if Giants beats them, they automatically go in. Some way or somehow like that. But I think the one that holds the ultimate card is Washington because they're leading the division per se for percentage points. That if they win, I think they're automatically in, depending on. But you know what? Anything can happen. All I'm saying is that division there, whoever wins, it's going to be 7 and 9, and you're going to be going into a playoffs.
Here's a quiz. Seaver can look this up. Has there ever been a 7 and 9 football team go on to win the Super Bowl? I don't think so.
You know what? Has there ever been? That's the great thing about Siri. Has there ever been a 7 and 9? And we'd get Vasu on here. He would know more about that.
Are you Googling?
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Where you at?
But as I'm Googling, I want to let everybody know you're listening to That's Amore, starring Lisa Diaz, Lady D, the great Mike Gallo, XMLB pitcher. He's going to show us, and myself, hosted by myself, Big Daddy T, myself, Tony Russo, powered by the Staples and Media guys. We are live on Facebook right now. We are live on our Facebook channel. We are live on the YouTube channel. So, you know what? Kids, if you're watching it, sorry for some of the F-bombs that Lady D likes to throw out. Sorry for Mike's dirty. That's part of life. You know what? Tell your mom and dad not to have you up after 8:30 at night. We'll be okay. Mikey, here we go. So we got now. We're gonna go talk to our followers here. So Rob says Washington versus Eagles, and he sits there and says here, I think Reds gets in, and they got Trey Young as a beast. And then it keeps going down. We're going to go down that line here. It says Washington wins. They are, I believe, no matter what. So if they win, they get in no matter what.
What? wins there?
Giants 8-8.
Giants are 8.
Oh, I think Giants right now are 7. I think it's one of those things on there. And then we've got David Andrews says he loves Tony, Lisa, and Mike. We love you too. We got our buddy Taylor Phillips. Taylor has a great show on our network.
Hello, Taylor.
Howard
Taylor, what's happening?
Michigan Truth Sportscast podcast. It's a great show, guys. You got to get a chance to listen to it.
Wait, did I hear Michigan? Is that what I heard?
Yep, he's got a show.
I played baseball in Battle Creek, Michigan for the Michigan Battle Cats. A-ball for the Astros. Kellogg's, the capital of Kellogg's cereal, is in Battle Creek, Michigan. And I could smell the cereal as I'm playing catch.
You might have some questions loaded up on here, but we talked about it. So you think the Bills are going far in the playoffs, going in? You know they're going to the playoffs. You think they're going to go far? I think they're going to go. They've got probably a really good chance of beating. I think they're going to go far.
Yeah, I think they're going to go far. Why isn't my cheese not catching? There it is.
I want you.
Real quick, I think the Bills are going to go. It'll be Bills Chiefs in the AFC final. I am going to go this route because I was looking at the brackets. If Green Bay does get the home field advantage and the bye, they will be in the NFC Championship game again. Now, the question is, they do a reseeding, right? So right now, the Packers, as the 1 seed, they will play in the next round the lowest seed that's left after the first round, correct?
Correct.
So that bottom seed could be what? The Rams at Lambeau? It ain't going to be Tampa because Tampa would be I think Tampa would be a 3 seed, I think. So I don't think it's going to be Tampa unless they lose their first round game.
So Brian's chiming in on this, and actually that's absolutely right. Remember this: the Giants won the Super Bowl as an 8-8 team.
Oh,
1 year. That's right. I remember that.
Yep. Was that with Eli?
I think it was. I think they went in there where they came on hot toward the end of the season, just kind of like the same crap they're going on now. They came hot and they just won every single game, man. They just
Did they beat the Pats? Is that the game where they beat the Pats? Wow. Well, overall, I think the Packers will be in the NFC Championship, and I sound like a homer, but to me, it's very difficult to win in Lambeau. And no matter what, you don't have to have fans there.
Yeah, it is.
It helps when there's fans there. But in December and January, very difficult. I remember when Russell Wilson and they were banged up, but the Sea Chickens, I call them the Sea Chickens, Seahawks, came into Lambeau and the Packers smacked them around. But I think the Seahawks were hurt. But still, when you got Russell Wilson manning the ship, that guy can beat you with his legs. He can beat you in any way he wants. But I know the Packers having a tough, having an easy time at Lambeau. They'll be good. But my question is, do I want to face a Ram as a Packer coach? Do I want to face a Ram defense? Hell no, I don't want to face a Ram defense. That defense is on fire. Granted, they did give up a 20 spot to Seattle, but Seattle had a struggle to score in that game. You guys saw that game, right? Did you guys watch that? But overall,
yeah,
I don't want to face a hot defense coming. But I think definitely Buffalo and Kansas City would be prime time football to watch those two young quarterbacks go head to head. That's what I'm hoping to see.
I agree.
NFC,
I think that would be a good matchup there. Buffalo,
yeah. In the NFC, I think Michael Thomas is going to come back for the playoffs for the Saints. That could be a big X factor for the Saints if he can put something, because Michael Thomas hasn't done shit all year. But why not turn it on in the playoffs? Who knows? But
okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more football, and then we'll move on. What's your NFL dream Super Bowl? Obviously, Green Bay and
mine. Yeah, I'd like to beat Green Bay. We match up well against the Chiefs. That would be a Super Bowl I rematch. Packers Chiefs would be great. Brian Seaver would be all about it because he's a Chiefs fan. Showtime. I think he's more of a Mahomes fan than a Chiefs fan. But anyways, D, who do you got? What would be your
Lisa? Who do you got, honey?
Oh my God! I really, really, really want to see Bills and Chiefs, or Bills and the Packers.
Bears and Chiefs. That's your dream matchup. I like it.
I'm going to go out and say the Chargers. I mean, I'm going to read this afterwards. After I say my pick, I think really great lineup would be if we get the either the Packers or the Saints. Obviously, those are one of the two.
NFC, yeah. Rodgers got one Super Bowl. I need him to see get two.
Right, but you know what? I think I love the Bills, man. I think they deserve it this year. They're playing hot. They got a great chemistry, and I hope they. And you know what? If anything, the Buffalo itself deserves it after 25 years of not even going to the playoffs. You know,
right.
Exactly.
Did you guys see the stat last night?
Exactly.
It was the first time Buffalo has swept the season series versus the Patriots, I think, since 1995.
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, that's absolutely
That's crazy.
So Rob's telling us that he just said that the Washington wins, they are in no matter what, with a 7-9 record. If the Giants are in, if they win and Washington loses, Dallas is in if they win and Washington. So basically, Washington controls their own destiny. If they win, they're in. If they lose,
Washington does. Damn.
Yeah. If they lose, then it's between Dallas and the Giants. Whoever wins that game is in.
Well, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win. And if Alex Smith can't play,
they released what's his name?
Hey, he was at a strip club, and that's why he got released.
Mike, do you think we can call your buddy Todd, the security guard, and see which one he was at?
Man, was it in Houston? Did it happen down there? He might have.
Are you eating chocolate?
I don't know. No, I'm not eating chocolate.
Hold on.
Hey, between you and you guys.
Back. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. We move on from football, guys. We
My daughter.
That's okay. We'll talk about daughters here in a second. But based on the football that we had, I want to let everybody know that you can download the Digit app, DIGIT. I'm going to put the banner up here. If you download the app and use Stable's promo code, it's free. And we get credit for it, guys, just like that. Let me put it on here. That way everybody sees it.
No, wait. I have a question about Vidget. Is Vidget is it a gambling site?
No. Vidget, what it is a social media platform for sports enthusiasts where you can actually go and look at what other people are, where the money line is going. You could talk to other handicappers. But there's over 20,000 people that are involved in it. So it's a killer little app. Lady D uses it. Joe uses it. A lot of the guys that are into it, they kind of see where the money's moving. But the biggest thing, too, is that you're able to interact with someone from, say, Buffalo, and they're seeing what's going on there. You know, sometimes knowing what's happening in that city helps out.
Right.
You know, if weather is really tremendous, it's big time.
Yeah. I do want to throw this out there. I'm watching the Texas Colorado college football, the Alamo Bowl right now, or the Valero Bowl, whatever the hell it's called. Anyways, on the bottom ticker from ESPN, it's streamed across November. The Las Vegas bookies,
I had that written down here too.
The sports book, the sports book, they set a record, right? How much?
Record. All right, I'll tell you. So we'll talk about this here. Let me clear the screen here for a little bit on all these guys that we have on here. And thanks for watching, guys. You listen to that some more. Myself hosting.
Thank you, everyone.
The guy that's in the middle there looks like a piece of cheesecake upside down, or dog something. And then we got what's happening. Let me get here. All right, this is out here because it's a new technology. But yes, when Mike gets back, we'll talk about that. One of the big things that happened in the betting world in Vegas, bookmakers in Vegas alone had a record a record month, the month of November. They brought in $68 million worth of win. That means they actually took in money and they actually won $68 million versus 2016, which was the last time. And they made $56 million. 2016 or 2018. I might have wrote it wrong, but this year was and this is big thing, Mike, is during COVID-19, the month of November, when people were sitting there spending money going in, they had the record amount and Vegas is
Yeah,
closed. And
they
so that tells you how much online booking and all these casinos are really going towards the online side of it. They're getting themselves ready.
Right.
right.
And check this out. So a big thing down here in Southern California the day after Christmas is everybody piles in the car and goes to opening day Santa Anita. Crazy stat on the Santa Anita racetrack for the horse racing the day after Christmas. Nobody can go to the racetrack, but TVG and on track, just the betting, they took in the most money they've ever taken in for a day after Christmas for gambling on Santa Anita day after Christmas. They broke a record too. So people got money and they're bored, and so they're looking at places to gamble right now. And the state of California, excuse my language, are fucking idiots. This state's going to be broke soon, and they can legalize sports betting, but they choose not to because the Indians are pissed off. I don't know. I read something that the tribe sat down with the government officials, and they couldn't agree on who knows, like the juice. You can't agree on the juice. I mean, I don't mind paying an extra $10 to bet here in California if I have to, but they'll give me an incentive when I'm in Vegas. The juice is less, but give me a little bit more. If I have to pay a little bit more juice, I'll do it. But at least I get to bet from my living room if I want to, But it is what it is. But that's my 2 cents.
Well, I do anyways, as I have the best book.
Oh, excuse me. I have the hiccups here. Now, I see these off-site, what do you call it, offshore bet accounts. And they're like, yeah, you can link this, but if you win, we mail you a check. And I'm like, no. You can take my money instantly, but you can't pay me instantly. I'm not agreeing with that stuff.
Well, a lot of them different. They have different.
Most are going. Yeah, so most are going towards the Bitcoin side now.
Right. I was just going to say that a lot of them going towards Bitcoins. So they're doing that. The big thing, Mike, is that they're is still quote unquote illegal in the states and in the federal side of it. So there's certain areas in certain states that allow it. So if you do something across county state lines, it's considered a federal offense. So there's so many different ways that they're trying to.
No, not no more. You did see that the federal government is done with it now. They leave it up to the states to legalize it. So now in California, I don't think it's a crime anymore. I think it would be a state crime, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it should be.
My bookie doesn't tell anybody where he's at.
I just think because with me and my betting habits, I'd rather be the Vegas style where I put my money up front so I know what I'm spending right away rather than, oh, yeah, you got $1,000 credit. And I'm like, oh, I got a G to play with? Yeah.
Right.
And I'm going to lose that G, and then I got to go come up with $1,000 rather than, oh, crap, I'm going to Vegas. I have $300 to spend with, or I got to go to the ATM, and I don't want to do that because the wife's going to bust my ass. So I got my $300. But, it is what it is.
Stephanie wants to
like, I got to do something.
I never used
DraftKings.
Oh, no. So DraftKings, I use DraftKings for fantasy football. I hit for $900. I'll finish in first place out of 742 entries on 3 afternoon games. They're going to tax me on it, but they direct deposit that into my account and I transfer to my. It's awesome. But I heard in states where gambling is legal, you could use DraftKings for fantasy football and for sports gambling. Like meaning, you can put a bet on something.
Well, I know this for fact.
They got some good odds.
Well, they do, and what if you notice? If you ever go to DraftKings or FanDuel and all these different ones that have the betting, you look at who's sponsoring them, who's backing them. MGM Grand, Caesars Palace, Wynn Resorts. These guys have their hands already. They already know that it's just a matter of time before it's popped. And sooner or later, everybody's going to go on board and say it. It's just like the marijuana, the cannabis industry,
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you about Tony and Lady D. We love to gamble. One thing that I really want to get into is gambling on the stock market side, and take a look at DraftKings and FanDuel, whatever it's called.
Yeah. They've gone through the roof.
Yeah, and I missed the boat on that too.
Not necessarily, because it's like a lot of them. A lot of them had.
RGT Tech.
Lady D, I think you're having a little technical difficulty on your earphones. Yeah, I think. Hey, Lady D, hey, can I give you a little bit of advice? Maybe ask your husband for a little bit of something that you can put around, there, or one of these things, guys. Have you ever seen it? Call it a mic. Testing 1 2.
He brought me this. It's not even set up yet.
Well, I don't even know. I don't even want to know.
Somebody set it up.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool.
He brought me this. He's like, here, because I know you do your little podcast thingy. So
that's cool. Hey, send me that link. Maybe I'll buy one of those.
Go viral. It's a vibrator now.
For the
I don't know. I haven't even hooked it up yet. Can you hook up?
That's funny.
Hey, yeah, one of the biggest things though when you do podcasting, obviously when we're getting into the new year, is the audio and the visual. The visual side we've got down pat. Sometimes what happens is with the audio you have that reverb. But I noticed, and I'm saying this again, just using this makes a big difference where I'm able to have, it's like talking in the mic where, Johnny Carson did or whatever it may be, rather than have anytime you have earphones, your if a microwave goes on, that can interfere with your earphones or your with your wireless connection. So I learned that a long time ago when I was doing that. I ain't doing that anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so just little tidbit.
Don't talk shit about my iPad, my AirPads.
I don't. You know what? AirPads.
One of my little.
I'm not making fun of nothing. I'm not making fun of nothing little, man. I got my sunglasses on. So,
making fun of my Apple products.
Shout out. We're gonna do a little shout out here. We've got New Year's Eve that's coming around the corner. Today's Tuesday, kind of like the hump day before New Year's Eve. Mike, tomorrow is probably one of your busiest days of the year for selling alcohol and distributing alcohol across the nation.
Yeah, it's the last selling day. Tomorrow will be the last selling day if you want your order before New Year's Eve. But the last day of the month of the year, obviously, will be
Friday.
Wait a minute, let me think about that. Yeah, I guess it'll be Friday. Oh, wait a minute. No, I think we're getting that Friday off, to be honest with you. I think we got that Friday off.
So New Year's Day is actual Friday, so you probably have it off. So your last day of the month will be the 31st.
Thursday. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah. Thursday. So yeah. So Thursday, our bosses will be on us going, hey, they got bonuses on things. They're like, hey, sell this peanut butter whiskey. Sell this peanut butter whiskey. But yeah.
Well, they want it,
partying over there.
I don't know. Lisa, I think she opened that box up. It's not really something for her podcasting. Something else.
It's just.
Oh, really? She do it, dude.
Stop having your iPad.
Beat it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She's got the kids now.
I'm drinking water today.
Yeah, she's drinking water. Water with wine. God did the same thing.
Water. It's only water. It's only water today.
Right on.
So we're gonna do a special primetime show.
Stop hitting the iPad before I take it from you.
You tell her. You tell him, Lisa. You tell her. I'm gonna. Hey, just in case people are watching out there, not only is this a funny live variety show, it's also a parenting show. So if you want any kind of parenting tricks from Lisa, from myself, from Mike, I have Mike get here before too.
My son cues up his
parenting trick.
Oh man! All right, so let me make a couple announcements. obviously,
on.
this
Let
is
me.
our final show of the year. Stephanie, I'm bringing Stephanie
I
out
have to
here.
get my.
Hey, Lisa,
I have to go
I'm
get.
gonna mute you while you're doing your thing, honey.
That reminds me of that part in Jerry Maguire. My mom's coming. I got to go to bed. My mom's got to go to bed.
She cracks me up. Then she's coming back. I don't know what she's got on.
Did you spill the water? She spilled the water.
Yeah, she put water though.
Rookie.
You gotta be kidding. You spilled water. That's all right. Hey, Sugar Daddy will buy
I
you a new
spilled
one.
the water.
My cheese smells good right here.
All right, let me get these comments out. Stephanie
I
make
spilled
me
the
laugh here.
water.
She goes, Mike, I want, what she says, Mike, I want, I don't know what she wants. Send me a message. I want to promote your drink. Oh, you're drunk. You're drunk. I don't know. Your drink a podcast. I want you to be my sponsor. And she's laughing. I said, yeah, well, after he sponsors everybody else, we'll go to you, Steph. Don't worry.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to bring a bottle out somehow for tonight. I got to find a bottle. I got something for the holidays. Hold on.
All right, you do that.
What you got for the holidays?
We're gonna update the scores as everybody does this
Okay.
year. Oh, he got that stuff. That's gross.
Evan Williams, eggnog. This is good for the digestive tract of eating your turkeys and.
Oh no, not me, not no more.
I'm scared to open this, guys, because I've never had eggnog in my life. I'll be honest with you. I've never drinking eggnog.
That's Lisa though. She's had it.
It's okay.
I mean,
it's okay.
What's
it makes me tired.
What does eggnog taste like without alcohol?
I don't know. I never tried it without alcohol.
Does it taste like raw eggs? I don't know.
I never tried it without alcohol. Maybe cinnamon.
Hey, I heard a rumor that if you drink eggnog, it makes you fart.
I never tasted it without.
Do you fart when you drink
eggnog?
eggnog?
Made me fart.
No, but does eggnog make people fart? Hey, let's do a poll. Tony, let's do a poll with all the listeners. Does eggnog make you fart? Because it's got eggs in it.
I don't know, dude. I don't drink eggnog. I don't think I've ever had eggnog in my life, brother. And to me, anything that has an alcohol that says egg in it, here's the thing, Mikey, something that says egg in it in your alcohol is to me is like you run, and you run fast.
No, it tastes good.
Who came up with eggnog? Why don't you just call it nog?
Right? Just nog it.
Just call it nog. Hey, you want some nog?
It'll call it top nog.
Yeah, or holiday nog.
Yeah,
you know, the holiday nog.
Yeah, it's like a fruitcake. You call it fruitcake? Yeah, you want to call it nut cake?
Dilly dilly. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had eggnog in my life.
See, you're like me. There's something with eggnog. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever had and having a bar. I don't think I've ever had.
And drink it.
I've had a Black Russian before.
White Russian. Eggnog in it?
Yeah, things with cream stuff. I'm not big, man.
I love White Russian.
Yeah, because it curdles.
You ever had that mind? You ever have
mind racer? No, never.
It's not bad. It doesn't taste bad. Well,
Stephanie. Stephanie, have you tried eggnog?
I never drank it.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Stephanie's tried a lot, dude. She likes pussy cat.
Stop it.
Unreal.
She loves kitty cats, man.
I'm looking around. Hey, you know when do you know when you're a liquor salesman? Is when you look around the kitchen and the living room and there's bottles everywhere and you're like, what can I show right now? I got bottles everywhere.
So Rob
that doesn't make me fart.
Rob says he saw a blog where 20 people wrote eggnog, so I guess it does make people fart.
Wait. Looked it up.
It never makes me fart.
So I guess it does make you fart. I'm telling you.
It never made me fart.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, when I eat hard-boiled eggs or deviled eggs, stay away from me for 24 hours. Stay away from me. Because if it burns, it's going to smell.
Oh, my God.
We always go here.
I don't even think that. I
The show starts
I
off
mean,
like,
like, is there really eggs in eggnogs, though? We
Hey,
gotta think,
hey,
is
hey,
there
hold
even
on.
eggs
Hey,
in
hey,
eggnog?
why? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are farts so funny? What I mean, is it the air passing through the butt crack so funny? I don't get it.
Oh my god.
all I know that hey, is when you wake up in your sleep, when you wake up in your sleep from your part, then
And
you know
Mike,
All right, move it. Hey, hey, like I said, the
Mike,
Washington. We should do a poll one night. What should be the name of the Washington football team? You
the
know, let's come up with
Washington,
some great names.
the Washington
eggnog.
eggnog.
Uh, you could do that. You could do. I was thinking to keep it with the Indian heritage to honor the Indians and not call them the Redskins. You could call them like the Washington bow and arrows.
Well, I'll tell you this: we had David
Bow and
McAdoo on
arrow.
the show last 2 weeks ago, and he's part Cherokee Indian. He said the redskin doesn't actually is not defamatory towards Indians because all it does means is when you go out in the sun, your skin becomes red. Does not mean
Oh,
that you're.
oh, but wait.
I
I
still
said
call
something.
them the Redskins,
Oh,
anyways.
no. I'm very active on social media, and I'm getting blasted about some things. And on this show tonight, I want to clear my error and be apologetic to. I feel like there's two items, but anyways, back to the situation with the Redskins. I said, "Hail to the Redskins forever." You would have thought that I was hanging up somebody from a tree on a noose. I got blasted on social media because I said, "Hail to the Redskins forever," because I am racist. I was called racist. I couldn't believe it. So
Mike,
now
you're racist.
hey, I'm gonna order a Redskins hat and I'm gonna wear it next Tuesday.
Well, I don't. You know what? And
You're an ass.
here's the thing. I'm going to put what's your thoughts on that. But here's the thing on it, guys. We're in such a hypersensitive society now that if you say, and you mentioned it starting, Mike, right? And I know we're joking around, we're laughing, having a good time. Obviously, that's Amore Tuesday, 8 p.m. That's why we do it at 8 p.m. every Tuesday. But if you say the wrong thing, it gets blown up. You're
Cancel
the bad guy.
culture.
Yeah, you're
It's
the bad guy. And all of a sudden, you could be the saint Robin Hood of your city, and you say the wrong things. Like, wait a minute, it's like, are you kidding me?
That's why I
Right.
can run. I've been asked, why don't you run for local councilman for your district? Why don't you run for the city government? I'm like, no. I
I
go,
have, I
oh,
have, I have, I have, and I'll
You
tell you this,
have?
I have. I've done it twice. City council, and if I go next go around, will be from there. But I'll tell you this.
I'll vote for you.
Thank you. The problem with that, and you're right, they will sit there and dissect it. But see, I have nothing to hide. I don't care because to me, if you do find something that I did 20 years ago, and you think that that's important now, let's go to your book and see what you did.
Well, yeah. I mean, to me,
Right.
that's what's lacking in politics is your true colors. Your what you've gone through in your life, what you've done, it defines you who you are today. And obviously, you don't want to be labeled as a racist, but the tickle feathers. That's a good one. I like that one.
That's
I,
hey,
yeah,
funny because she was a pussycat, so
but overall, I can't tell you how many people I've blocked on social media for someone calling me a racist. And maybe it's because they're going by my look. I have a shaved head. I don't know. But the problem is,
You're a skinhead.
I am so far. I don't even pick my hair. I just cut it short. But I'm so far from racism that it makes me sick to my stomach. What I do not like is stupid people. And I don't care what race you are. If you're stupid, I don't like you. But
well,
that's just the way it is.
Mike, let me intervene in this, and because I always try to give the benefit now, and you try to say we've had this issue already, even with our own internal family, that you can't play stupid and think that it's okay once, but like I tell my kids too, you can't cry wolf eventually, and eventually when you really need something, someone's gonna say, wait a minute, you use that opportunity too many times. So as an adult, you've got to be smarter than that. As a child, I can understand,
Right.
okay, you know what you're doing. adults out there that play that stupid game and they sit there and say, wait a minute, if I can pick up the phone and find out information, you can pick up the phone and find out information. If I can pick up a book, you can
Right.
pick up, or you can ask one of your friends. But to sit there and insult someone on Facebook or to sit there and turn around and say that you've done something when you don't know that person, that to me, and they're hiding behind, a little thing because they would never come to do that to you up front, face first.
They're hiding behind a keyboard. I know. I get
Right.
that. And the thing is like, my wife will make comments to me. Why are you commenting on this? Like the other day, there was a comment about this probably cool, wonderful guy. He died of COVID, right? And the ABC News or the local news was making a big deal about it. The guy looked like he had some underlying health issues. And all I did was comment on, this virus is deadly to people with underlying health issues. Please, if you're one of those people, be careful. Mask up. Well, I said that, and someone said, "You're going to hell. You don't even care about this guy dying." And I'm like, "Oh my God." Okay. Social media. There's no direction. Someone's going to go this way, someone's going to go that way, and sometimes people are going to meet you in the middle. But I'm learning my lesson the hard way, meaning that I'm like right now, I'm trying to promote. No, check this out. This is serious.
Oh, give me the comment.
Oh, I hate everyone but hookers and cocaine. Yes, amen. That's my boy Seaver. You got to get this. We'll get this on the show next week. Seaver, you're coming on. But yeah, hookers and wait, hold on. I've been very proactive these last couple of days because all I'm seeing is hospitals overcrowding, ambulances waiting for hours. If you're in a car accident, if you're in a car accident, you're not going to get seen. You're just going to die. And so I'm going on there going, oh, well, breaking news, 1,000 plus people all recovered from COVID today. Boom, I send that. And people were like, what does that have to do with all those people overcrowded? No, I'm reporting that people are recovering from COVID and not everybody's dying from COVID and not everybody's on a freaking breathalyzer or what do you call it, a ventilator. I know people are getting hurt by this virus, but there's a lot of success stories of people that have gotten COVID that are coming back from it. And the negativity that I'm seeing is devastating to a lot of people's psyche. And I'm a positive guy. So you tell me that the glass is totally overflowing with dead people, I'm going to say, no, but there's a leak in the glass. These people are getting better. So these people are getting better. So I'm looking at it like that. And granted, if I lose a loved one to COVID, it's going to be devastating. It'll be devastating. But obviously, I will sit there and go, well, hey, this virus, if you don't take the precautions, you're going to get hurt by them. And then that's the way it should be. There's consequences for your actions. And,
let me chime in on this, Mikey. We're going to go about another 20 minutes here. We'll go an hour and a half tonight. You're listening to Amore, 8 p.m. every Tuesday night, hosted by myself, Big Daddy T, great Mike Gallo, XMLB, Lisa Diaz, Lady D. She's taking care of. I think she had to go pick up her napkin again. She dropped something. But not only is this show a variety show, which I love the most about the variety, we talk about sports, we talk about politics, we talk about things going on, but we try to make light of it to a point where it's not always just, we get hammered left and right, bang, 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 with the news media, social media, and all that stuff. On your point, what you were talking about, news. I had a good friend of mine who's an actor, very successful actor, and he said to me, he goes, Tony, you look at the news in the early morning, you get your true news. You look at your news from say noon till prime time, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. It's all negative, trying to tell you what's going on, what happened, who did wrong, who did this. There's never, like you said, a positive thing. You go to 6 o'clock morning news, you'll see things. You might see certain things on there about the COVID, but you'll see things say, hey, you know what, so-and-so is doing this charity event, so-and-so is doing that. But once you reach a certain time or certain date, or during the day, the news changes.
Well, yeah, and check this out. I'm a big morning news watcher. I watch my local KTLA 5 News. If there's anybody out there who watches KTLA, I love that. I love those guys. Long story short, as they're reporting the hospitals are overcrowding, guess what they cut live to? Kamala Harris getting her COVID vaccination. Like, to me, I can give two shits that she's getting a COVID shot before, you know, a 65-year-old grandma that works in a nursing home. I don't know. I mean, to me, the priorities are all kind of skewed. I get why they're trying to do that. They're trying to promote, oh, well, our elected officials are going to be getting the shots, so I should be getting it too. Well, to be honest with you, Tony, I mean, I'm an essential worker. I know you got some things going on, but my company maybe petitioned for me to get the shot here in the next month or two when it opens up. But that I keep hearing more negative news that the general public is not going to touch this vaccine until friggin' June. That's 6 months away. How many more people are going to get COVID and die that I keep getting blasted for?
So you know I do a lot of investing biotechs and all that. Here's what I try to tell people, and people don't realize this. You hit it before earlier, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't like calling people stupid, even though I think there's common sense is really what the word is. Common sense says this. You believe in God. If you do, great. If you don't, hey, you can believe in something. But I always said this. If you believe in God, and you go on a plane, and you want to jump off of a plane, and you don't have a parachute on, God's not going to save you. You might get saved by a tree and you might be paralyzed, but you're not going to be who you are before you get on that plane. So common sense says, wait a minute, do I have a parachute on? Is it secure? Am I ready to do what I want to do and take that chance? So if you're going to go out, not wear a mask, and not only are you taking a chance of getting sick yourself, but you're taking a chance of bringing it home to your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, whoever it may be, it's common sense. Even when I'm out with my kids, they always tell me daily, Dad, why do you always sit there and do this? I said, no, it's not that. First of all, Mike, you know I lost my wife. Second of all, lost my sister, you know, in a matter of a year, my mom 10 years ago. But the fact is, it's not them that I'm worried about because I know I wash your hands constantly. And I mean, they call me the sanitize king. I'm always sanitized. Here you go. Right? It's the other person that, you know, when we went to go to Starbucks, that maybe that person didn't sanitize and they touched the door, and now all of a sudden you put your hand in your mouth. And I'm not saying people are like that, but I've seen it in the restaurant business, man, and we talked about this. There's a lot of people that go to the restroom, brother, and they don't sit there and wash their hands. So you're telling me that because the government's saying, hey, sanitize, they're all sanitizing? No way.
You know, and I'll be honest with you. I hung out with a couple buddies for a little soiree before Christmas, and it was in a small room. And I've never been an anti-masker. Yeah, I griped about it when they said you got to wear a mask now when you go in stores. It's such bullshit. And I was that first guy. I'm walking into I've actually forgot my mask, and I'm walking into a place like this. They're like, "Sir, you don't have a mask." I go, "That's all I got. This is all I got." So now, oh yeah, Rob, I hear you.
I want to get Mike. I don't know if you. I want to bring his thoughts here because he's the coach, and he's a college coach, and he's really, you know, on the front line. He says, "That's sad that we are a nation now that talks behind social media and sadder people that listen to the noise without doing their homework first to find the truth." Mike, I'm with you, and we need more good news. Absolutely, we know bad COVID is out there. It's time to hear some good news because mentally people are being affected so much by the constant fear factor. I am a college coach and I know exactly how bad COVID is. I try to spin it for my players' mental health, positive things for them to think about. We need positivity. I could not. God bless you, Rob. I'm so glad that you came on and you're listening to the show. And I hope,
Rob.
actually, you're invited personally from myself, Mike, and Lady D to come on and be one of our guests and talk about this in the college sector and not only that, college sports and what it does. But I said this to my kids. Think about what these kids are doing today. They're being taught to be on a computer constantly.
Or an iPad.
Or an iPad or computer. They're being taught to do homework, to interact with their teachers. They're not being taught like we were to go outside and run. What happens to their psyche? What happens to the mental aspect of them? And I see it with my kids because, man, I tell them, hey, no, we're not. They get up in the morning, the first thing they want is holy cow, why? And that's because of what's going on and what they see. We have to put them in a room. We can't do anything else. We have to sit there and, they can't go out. They can't do this. Wait a minute. Just use common sense.
Right.
Yeah. And check this out. In the state of Texas, and even here in California, there's football players and baseball players that are leaving the state right now. They're transferring to another state right now to go play a sport right now because this state especially is shutting down youth sports in such a sad way. I mean, imagine if last year's seniors got screwed. This year's seniors are going to get screwed. I mean, D, you probably know, you probably heard about Arizona. I mean, but the state of Texas, and I'm in my wife's ear. I want to sell the house and move to Texas, but not yet. The in-laws live down. Can't do that yet. But they went through a whole football season of their screw that. They went through their whole fall sports program with their COVID protocols, but they finished their season. To me, that's a big middle finger up at all the other states that have just messed with these kids.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I pray for a lawyer to step up and sue the crap out of the state for what they've done to these kids. And it's wishful thinking. I don't wish anybody to die, but I wish monetarily every kid that is down here that's getting screwed with this online learning and all that should be getting a check in the mail. But that's my opinion. But
I'm with you too, because
we can go on for hours on this, and the sad thing is the toughest part about it is people need to realize that there's kids' mental health issues, and if we as an adult have mental health issues, and Mike, and you know this as a liquor distributor, liquor sales have gone through the roof. Why?
Right.
People are trying
Everybody home pressed.
Trying to cope with all the negativity.
Right.
And believe it. And Tony, you know this. And D, when we are having an issue at home and we like to drink a little bit and go watch a game, where do we go? To a bar, to a sports bar, get some bar food in us.
Yes.
And a margarita. Now they want us to get all this shit to go and bring it home. I mean, it's creating such a mess. If I had hair right now,
I will say this: one of the greatest pleasures I had when I owned a restaurant bar was actually seeing people that would come in that actually would consider us as their therapists, because they would come in, have a martini, and they would talk about what's going on in their lives, and it was a way for them to sit there and talk to someone without feeling that they had to go and pay $75 an hour and then not get anything done either. But you're right. It's the interaction with people that's killing people right now. They're not able to go out and actually touch someone. Think about the dating scene. We joke about this all the time.
Driving us crazy.
Yeah, we joke about this, and we're going to have shows coming on next year with the network, with dating and all that stuff. But how do you really date in the COVID era in California, when you can't go to restaurants, you can't touch each other, you can't go to church?
I got a great story. My buddy,
hey,
God bless my buddy. He's single. He's got son same age as my son. He's on Match.com, and he'll come over and watch football. But he's on his phone going, "Dude, this chick just hit me up. Whoa, what do you think, dude? This girl. Okay, I get it." So he brought a girl over to my house that came all the way from La Quinta, Palm Springs area, all the way to Long Beach to come hang out with him. And guess where he brought her? To my Packer party. And we're out here just partying, and she probably thinks I'm a lunatic, but the date went well, and they went to go walk down at Belmont Shore to look at Christmas lights, because there's an area down there they decorate Christmas lights. So those are the things you got to kind of do right now.
Right. But Mike, that's one of, I mean, no offense, man, that's one out of probably 1,000 that the girl's going to come over and probably
who does that?
Wait a minute. Probably because she knew that she was going over to Mike Gallo's house, ex-ball player, so on and so forth. Hell, you know what? If I was a girl, I'd come over too.
No. To be honest, he's text me. He's like, "Fuck, we can't go nowhere.
I'm coming too."
Yeah, we can't go nowhere. Can I come over? I'm like, "Of course you can." I had the fire pit going.
You know, And that's,
Like, girl, I'll go to Gallo's house.
I'll tell you this: the nice thing about
Even though he's a Packer fan.
the nice thing about having someone like Mike, having someone in the neighborhood like you, Mike, where you actually bring happiness to people that are down because you know your neighbors, you know them, you know if they're clean. Again, there's no need to sit there and be all over someone. If they're coughing, you're going to be 10 feet away. You're going to say, maybe I got to sit there and kind of. But having that camaraderie that you have as a neighborhood where you're able to sit there and come over and talk, maybe have a beer, and just kind of sit there and still have that mental out.
Yeah. And just like they said, we go back to square one where, you like Tony, if I didn't know you or Lady D, I didn't know you, and you're sitting by yourself watching the game and I see you wearing a Packer shirt or you're wearing you're wearing a Charger shirt. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to want to sit down, guys, watch. If we're watching the same game, I'm going to want to bump elbows and go, guys, check that. Well, that'd be my personality, and people can't do that. And it's so sad.
No. And, by the way, we're coming on the network next week. Stables and Media, guys, powered by Stables Media, man. We're growing leaps and bounds. Like I counted the shows. I was surprised. Over 22 shows are going to be starting all together, and it's unbelievable. Some big guests. I want to sit there and tell Stephanie because Stephanie's still I think she just started dating someone new, so I'm proud and happy for her.
I'll give you my address.
We will we will be part of her shows.
Hey, wait, hold on. Hey, let me tell you a story real quick about Brian. Let me one quick thing. So Brian is in Pahrump, Nevada. His family, his parents retired there, and in Pahrump, Nevada, you can buy fireworks. There's a brothel, there's a chicken ranch out there. But the bottom line is, I say, hey, brother, bring me back some fireworks. So long story short, Stephanie, Brian goes, dude, I got you. He comes to my house with a trunk full. I'm not lying to you guys. It must have been 30 boxes of mortars. You know, the ones you drop in the tube and they like the ones that put me in jail. And he goes, Mike, I just went in there and asked for the wholesale price. 2 boxes for $60, or you could buy 30 of them for $250. What does Brian do? Brian buys $250 worth of fireworks and brings it to my house. They're sitting in my garage right now. So if you guys need mortars, come over.
People know where you live, man. All right, okay. We're gonna take Lisa D off of mute because I didn't want her everybody to hear her yelling at her kids.
Okay.
So sorry,
yeah,
Stephanie.
Because my daughter is doing too much right now, and I'm about to start whooping her little butt.
I have to sit there and correct myself. I said that Stephanie had a new girl. My apologies, Stephanie. You were single. So, all ladies out there, if you're single, you're looking for a lovely lady, my friend, Miss Stephanie. She's a great girl. You can contact me. I'll contact her, or you can just contact her directly. Or if you want, Mike Gallo might sit there and do what they call love connection and kind of bring them together at his house.
This Sunday night.
Right?
This Sunday
love connections in his house.
D, get in your car, drive down. It's a Packer Bear war. Come down to my house if you're not scared. We're gonna have a Packer Bear war.
Here's the funny thing:
I'm coming over.
Once we get
coming over, we're gonna have some war.
The 3 little ones that I'm more worried about. But once we get squared away, yeah, we're gonna sit there. We'll bring Stephanie. She's down the street from where I live, not far away here. So date party at Mike's house.
You know it, Coach. Hey,
Coach, what do you got? And Stephanie says, look like Jennifer Nettles. You go for the front line. Oh, God, dude, this is getting out of line.
I gotta see a picture of Jennifer Nettles.
I don't know, dude. Okay, so I want to announce a couple things first, so everybody that's listening knows that we're going to be doing a primetime show on Thursday, powered by Social Media. I will be hosting it. So normally it's my Thursday show, SoCal SmackDown, but we haven't done it for a couple of weeks because of the holidays. So a good friend of ours, and I'm going to put us here. Hold on 1 second. We're going to be doing it 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Let's do texting me when I'm up and when I'm down for the day.
Hey, it's super.
Yeah. So Thursday, and here we go, guys. That way everybody knows this. We are gonna have prime time on Thursday, New Year's Eve special, 5 p.m. Pacific time. The one and only Tyree Washington, ex-Charger, fastest man in the world at one time. He's not only is he a inspiration, a motivational speaker, an author, but I'll tell you this, man, he's a family man and he's a true friend.
Where's he
So
living?
he lives right up your neck of woods, Camp Pendleton up there. His wife is in the military, and when we get together, Mike, we'll sit there. He's a great guy. He's wrote a
I
book.
can join that show. Let me know. I could join that.
Yeah, it's good. What we're doing, he's going to be. I think he's going to be announcing some stuff that he's doing. I didn't really get too much details, but I told him we'll do a time special because he was going to go Facebook Live. Barry, let me just host a show. That way, you can interact with people, and it'll be across the nation rather than just here. And then it'll be on YouTube and everything else. So it'll be a cool show. And it'll be more. I'm just hosting it. And he's going to be talking about what his endeavors are going to be and what he's got planned for 2021. I've got some ideas. I don't want to sit there and say anything, but I think they're really, really cool. And having him on, not only Mike, man, when you get ball, you know how ball players are. Sometimes they don't even give you the time. But this Tyree has been not only as a friend like you, but family just like you. I call him up. He says, "Hey, he calls me Uncle Tony. He's got 4 kids. I think he's got 8 kids. Say 4, they're little ones. A little one, just like me. But we talked about it. Yeah, he's a great guy. So we'll be doing a New Year's Eve special, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We will be powered by Stables Media. It will be going live across the platform on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube pages. So if you get a chance, tune in, send them your questions, your comments. We'll be on, I don't know, half an hour, an hour. We'll let him decide that, and we'll go for that. Be a New Year's Eve special.
Yeah, and then we could also do this.
I can't wait.
And we could do a live countdown from the Gallo house starting at 11:30. Like Dick Clark's New Year's Eve. We could do a Mike Gallo New Year's Eve, and you can see some fireworks going on New Year's Eve live.
We could do it, buddy. All we have to do is hit the key. Is all I have.
Let's do it.
Technically, all you have to do is you got Joe. She's in Canada. We've got Lisa is in Arizona, which is an hour.
Joe's on the same time zone as us, right?
No. Joe is 1 hour ahead. So no. So when it's noon, it's 1 o'clock. When it's noon here, it's 1 o'clock there. Hey, Lisa, does you need? What do your kid need? You need mommy or what? Hey, hold on. We got comments. I want to get comments. So we can actually. Here, let me see right now. There's David. He said you're right. He does live right next to you, David. He lives right by you. And Tyree is an outstanding gentleman. And he's, you know what? One of the greatest things, and I'm not saying this because he's coming on the show. I've known the guy for quite a while. He picked up the phone, and when I first interviewed him, we talked 4 hours. We didn't talk about what he did. We talked about our families. You know what I mean, Mike? We didn't talk about, his successes. We talked about, daily stuff. Because most people want to talk about themselves. Hey, this is what I did. This is what I did. And usually when I get those guys, they're not usually ones that are going to be, long relationship. Because when you get a guy, and we had somebody that was part of the network that was just me, or she. You know what? I can look you up online if I want to know what you did. I want to know you as a person.
Yeah, look up my Wikipedia. Hey, we got to go over our picks, right? We can do our picks, or what's up?
We are going to do our picks here. Let me get some more comments in. We're going to be running. We got about 4 more minutes, and we'll shut the show down.
They don't need a show.
Oh no! I think Lady D kids. Yeah, we can. Hey, Lady D, we can do that. And here's we got Rob coming in here. We'll be able to tell you what 221 looks like since I'm 2 hours ahead. See, that's what we're talking about. There's so many different people that we know that we could actually have live. It's like Joe has one, you would have one, we would have one here. Lisa D has one in Arizona. Arizona right now, what time is it, Lisa?
Right now it's going to be 10:30.
So she's an hour ahead of us.
So we're an hour ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah,
We don't
when we
believe
fall
in
back, you guys don't
daylight
fall back.
savings
Yeah.
over here. So
And I got people. Hey, Mikey, we got it'd be a little different. We got people in New York, so we'd have to start at 9. We do 9, 10, 11, and then midnight our time.
Whoa, what a trip! Yeah,
That
you know,
would be
yeah.
that would be
Hey,
pretty
by the
fun.
way, Tony, Lisa, you guys probably know this already, but California voters last year voted to get rid of the time change. We were going to
Yeah, I
stay
know. 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and our governor just goes, Governor Hairgel,
Mhm.
gruesome Newsom. Can I give you my impression of Gavin Newsom? Yeah, we just got
let's do it.
we're going through the tunnel right now. Never mind, forget it. I
Hey,
can't right now. I gotta get mode.
Somebody said one of the guys that used to never say he's a Matthew McConaughey lookalike, and I'm thinking to myself like, he really, dude, he comes from money, brother. His family huge. They don't care.
Nancy Pelosi's Gavin Newsom's wife. I mean, aunt. Aunt. That's his aunt. Some bullshit right there. Unbelievable. I'll put my cheese on. Mad. I'm getting mad. Put my cheese on.
What kind of water you been drinking? If your wife looks like Nancy Pelosi, dude, I'm sorry, brother.
Hey, I never drink on a Tuesday, but it is Taco Tuesday, and it's our show, so I'm having a couple beers.
Dude. Oh my god! I mean,
how could you not take a guy seriously with a cheese head?
dude, I don't knock anybody, man. Can you imagine if I mean, can you imagine who would really wear the pants? And like, you're doing it this way and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, I know friends that their wives take control, and hey, that's what you want. That's great. That's fine. I believe it's 50-50. But can you imagine someone that say this? You're following it, and you're like a yes sir, yes sir, yes. That's it. I guess you're in trouble.
Right.
I'm just telling you, I'm very disappointed in the leadership of our state of California right now, but I have to just be patient because once something and Tony, you've been here a little longer on this planet than I have, and Lisa, you and me are right there. But I've noticed when one side dominates too much, it always topples over and then has to be rebuilt. So I'm hoping one side's so heavy that it's gonna tilt and it's gonna crumble, but we'll see.
Well, my biggest fear is
out. We'll see what happens.
my biggest fear is that we don't have.
Just gotta be patient.
My biggest fear is that we don't have the anarchy, the president gets out, all this BS is going to happen, and so on and so forth. I just want it to be, I don't want our kids to see that. I know we're going on a serious note again, but I don't want our kids to see it. I mean, they've seen too much in 2020 that they're now going to 2021 and seeing, militia, police, guys armed.
You mean Trump's not going to leave the White House? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's going to happen? Nah.
I really, you know what, brother? Man, here's the thing, and you know where I stand on Trump. I just believe sometimes, your ego gets in your way of your common sense. Remember we talked about common sense. I always said this when Saddam Hussein got the opportunity by Bush to get asylum, and the guy had $4 billion in the bank, and they weren't going to freeze his account, and he said, "F you." And basically lost the war in 15 hours or whatever it was, and they found him and they hung the guy. That's got to tell you something there. It doesn't matter what you have, and it's just all about power and control. So that's what scares me.
I think this is the bombshell that I think is going to happen. If anything shady or weird's going to happen, is that somebody when they I think all the electoral votes go to the Senate, right? There's a Senate meeting or whatever. Someone in the Senate is going to dispute those electoral results, and it's going to put. It might delay it. I don't know, but I think what they do is if someone refutes it or whatever in the Senate, it takes a lot of balls, a lot of cojones, or a lady's gonna take a lot of strength to say, I don't believe in the votes, the electoral votes. We need to take it to another. I think there's another thing where each state gets to cast a vote or something like that, and it goes down by state. And it could be a conspiracy.
And most states are Republicans.
Well, that's the thing. So something tells me once we get past that thing, if Trump doesn't get no help from that part, he has to go because we have laws. We have laws. He can't say that. Hey, you gotta protect me and protect me. But no, that ain't gonna happen. But Tony, you have good concerns, and you never know. I mean, China let this virus out, and anything can happen.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it. You got to look
Anything can happen.
at man, that all the stuff that's happening in this world. They don't put anything past anybody anymore. I mean, even this BS that he pulled today about this $2,000 deal, and then you got the Republic right away saying no.
Oh my God!
I always said this. I always said that freeze their accounts for 6 months where they can't touch anything and only live on.
But did you see their bill?
They don't care.
Well, the one
Did
thing.
you see, Bill? Did you see what they wanted to do?
Well, about all the money that they want to send to foreign aid, I saw that. To me, we should suspend foreign aid for a year
Exactly.
or 6 months.
That was crazy.
Spend it for 6 months and then throw the money at us. But the thing is, here's my thing. I'm just flabbergasted. So I follow the politician down in Texas, the guy with the patch. I forgot his name, but he posted a video on his Twitter feed that said, "I'm voting no on this $2,000 because I believe that not every American deserves that $2,000 right now because there's people that are working that are making good money right now that don't deserve that $2,000 or along those lines." And I was like, dude, for the fact that we're the teacher in our own house right now. Oh my God, I can make a laundry list of things.
Right.
We deserve that. We deserve those $2,000. You have no idea. We had to buy computers and all kinds of. We had to buy all kinds of shit for our kids.
Exactly.
So I've lost a little respect for the Republican Party. I really, and I'm a registered independent, but I'm independent, but I've lost a little respect.
I think they're all like all of them are fucking corrupt.
I think everybody
the Republicans,
they should do $2,000 a month until they open up the whole country.
The problem being is
but I unfortunately can't get no damn stimulus, so I'm mad about that.
Masu's in the house. He said, "Happy New Year's."
Masu! Happy New Year.
Brian said he only needs his passport, and he's single, and he needs a digital wallet.
Oh, dang.
Wow. I don't know about that. Cryptocurrency. What do you get? I know what the Japanese came up with some doll. All right, listen, guys. We're going to close it out. We got a few more minutes here. Thursday, again, we're going to be doing a live show powered by Stables Media with our good friend Tyree Washington, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be sending out promos on that. You guys see the promos that we're doing. Stables Media, we got Stephanie coming on the beginning of the year. Basu says Bitcoin, baby. That's what he wants to use. He likes Bitcoin. Yeah, we know that. Bitcoin's the way to go when you want to hide, right?
I got Bitcoin.
Hey, are you guys going to hear my lock? You want to hear my lock of the week, and you're going to like this?
No, we don't want to hear it. It's going to be.
Hey, give me Chargers minus 3.5 against the Chiefs because they don't give a shit. They're not going to win. Chargers win that game up in Kansas City. Guaranteed. That's my lock. Give away those 3.5. Chargers win by a touchdown.
Wow.
Is Mahomes even playing?
I don't know. I didn't check. I don't know.
I don't know if he's playing. They probably sit him down.
Give me San Francisco. There's your parlay. The Gallo parlay. Chargers to San Francisco. Home dogs. Seattle's going to get their shit kicked in.
Wow, Stephanie said she loved you even more.
I gotta see what I like.
She said if she wasn't, she did that for the other team, she'd come after you.
I love it, Stephanie. You know it. Have a blessed evening. Remember, everybody try 1% better than the day before.
You're absolutely right. So that being said, Lisa, give us your pick, your lock of the week. It could be college. It could be whatever you want.
Oh man, I don't know. I kind of like Dallas against Washington. I like Giants. I like Dallas against Giants. I would take the Dallas -3 or buy it down to -2.5, so you won't get fucked with that 3 points.
Oh my gosh!
So it's going to be Dallas.
at this
Oh
one.
my gosh, what?
The line for Seattle opened up at 6.5. It's now down to 5.5. But the Chargers opened up at +3.
Yeah.
And now the Chargers are -3.5 now. That tells me that Mahomes is only going to play a half, maybe.
Yep,
Oh,
more than likely.
yeah, you're gonna have to take. You're gonna have to take the Chargers.
Ooh,
But
do the
it's about-
Colts? Hey, do the Colts have to win or something? Because the line opened up at 12.5, and it's now up to 14 against Jacksonville.
No, I think the
Oh,
Colts.
Jacksonville sucks though.
No, they're just saying they don't need it to go. All right, guys, it has been a pleasure,
I
guys.
don't think Jacksonville will cover.
Well, we'll talk about that. We can talk about it on the next
Dallas,
show.
baby.
You know what my pick is? Go on the overs in all the bowl games. You'll be okay. Anyway,
no shit. Did you see this game? 55 points.
yeah, we got that one. Guys, have a great night. You guys have a great night. We love each other.
Damn.
Great show.
Bye, guys. You have a wonderful evening. That's Amore. You got it.
Go, Pack, go.
Hold on.
Bye, guys.
Go.
We gotta talk about what's going to go on for next year. Okay, guys. Everyone, me and Joe have something special coming up soon for next year. So you better stay tuned for it. It's gonna be freaking awesome.
We'll promote that. We'll do a special show to promote that.
Yeah, and just remember.
Just stay tuned.
And just remember, the Bears still suck.
Love you guys, man. Have a great night, guys.
Love you.
If you missed the show, go to YouTube, check us on our Stables Media page, and follow us, Mike, myself, Lady D. We're all on Facebook, and we're always out there. We're not hiding from anybody, guys. So have a good one. Be safe. Take care of each other. And remember, tomorrow is not promised. Today is. Have a good one, guys.
Amen.